Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Whatever day it is. We know the calendar's off. Whatever day it is. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice in it. Let's just put it that way. But good morning. All right. Everybody got coffee? Coffee. How was your weekend? Ours was not uneventful, that's for sure. Yeah, all the work Lee did fixing the upper bathroom and replacing the tile. Whatever. Started pouring the water again and ruined the tile we just put in. We're done. We're turning the water off and leaving it alone. Don't care. That's our attitude. I don't care anymore. No coffee, Terry? Why? Jay, did you not make enough coffee for everybody? Oh, yeah. How's the camera? Now, I know that daytime shows are much different than nighttime shows because obviously I have natural sunlight coming in. But I did adjust the brightness. It was turned down way low and I basically jacked it up. So hopefully that'll work. Plus, I ordered a desk lamp that's LED because the lamps that I have are old school and they're kind of a more of a beigey tint. But the new lamp is coming today. So Friday night show seems to be the trouble because it's dark and as you can tell, the room that I'm in is this weird maroon color landlords have. So it's darker in general, but that's okay. But I'm glad the camera is working better. I did just jack up the brightness of it. So anyway, uh, yeah, I don't apologize, Jay, of the situation that it's in. I know that the universe is just pushing us to move out of here even quicker, and I just laid it at the throne of the creator and I said, you know what, you want us to move, then you better make it happen because I don't know what else to tell you. But I'm done. I'm not going to fight with it anymore. I'm not going to stress myself out over it. Whatever. Yeah, Lee just said, well, I would word it better than that, baby. He said, I'm just ready to go and leave it all fall apart. I'll just let it all go to shit. It's not my house, and the people that own it are nasty, horrible people. So that's just the way we feel. Cindy, good morning to you too. I'm not that nice, you know that. You're the nicer half of us, and I'm not that nice because I don't care. You guys know that. It's fine. It's fine, Deb. And don't apologize. I just try to keep you guys posted of what's going on, and I don't care. I don't care. We have another bathroom. The Lord's providing. And that's all good. So, good morning. Good morning. Hi, Mary Jane. How are you guys? It's all right, Cindy. You're good. It's Monday, I guess. I don't know. So, the title today is Monday Mysterious Dreams because I think everyone has been having some crazy dreams. And do we really call them dreams? Because I don't believe they are. I believe that we're traveling in parallel universes. I believe that we're going on parallel timelines. I believe that we're astral projecting ourselves all over the place and it seems to be increasing. Now, my experiences have all been positive so far. I'm less and less at war at night and more about going and exploring where my existence is on alternate timelines. I don't know about you guys, but Deb, fascinating dream. Fascinating. Um, so anyway, today, that's okay, Joe. You're in my dreams, honey. Uh, whether you remember them or not. And some people don't want to remember them. Some people just choose not to. And some people they're not prepared to remember them. They're not ready. So, and that's okay. You can always ask the creator and your higher guides and spirits to help you remember. If they're important, they'll let you remember. It's okay. Uh, Jay, you guys send good energy and safe travels. Nadia is traveling this morning, but she is listening in the background. So we send her love and light and surround her in protection as she and her sister travel. Okay. Well, Jay, you're probably doing so much work they don't want you to remember, but that's okay. Everybody's different. So I went ahead and pulled your guys' oracle cards. No lecture today, guys. We've been doing good. Pat yourself on the back. Now, your angel abundance had a suggestion, which is fine, but your oracle cards, they're all really, really good. There's Miss Nadia. She's just saying hi. Yep, she's traveling. Brianna, you are correct. I do believe that if you're not remembering them, they may be top secret. And you're not supposed to tell. So Nadia, get the duct tape out. Duct tape everybody's mouths. You're not supposed to tell. All right. So this is going to be spirit-led this morning, as it always is, however long the show goes. Miss Renee texted. She says, hello, everyone. Hello, Miss Renee. Okay. Let's see. Now, you guys that were here Friday night, I introduced you the new deck, Tarot of Dreams. Did you like the deck? Because I pulled it out again this morning since we're going to talk about dreams. Are you okay with using this deck? I know it's ultimately up to me, but how do you guys feel about it? Okay. I like the deck too. As they say, knock on wood, I have no internet issues this morning. Storm damage. We won't get into that. I've updated most people in other chat rooms that it was crazy insane that I was up till 5 a.m. to make sure that the house wasn't going to blow away. But crazy stuff happened. And but we are safe and we are okay. But the neighborhood did take a beating. I mean, a beating. So, but we're okay. And we think positive. But there was a great hedge of protection around my house. And I thank our creator and spirit guides for that. I also thank Nadia, because when she was visiting me, she put a nice little bubble around us, kept us safe. It was quite fascinating. We did have F2 downdraft, strength winds. And I'm glad my family are spiritual enough to laugh at the situation. My daughter, my youngest, Gabby, was laughing as she sat on her bed, and it bounced across the floor because the winds were so strong. But that's okay. We just laugh. Now, the babies didn't take it so easily, but I gave them angels and an amethyst and lulled them to sleep. So they were fine. They were protected. They just didn't understand. So, but storm damage for us at a minimum, it did uproot a 200-pound rock in front of our house, which was amazing. That tells you how powerful it was. But that's okay. All righty. Good morning, Victoria. She is. Isn't she wonderful, Jay? I don't know what I'd do without her. All right. So, as we tip our mugs of coffee this morning, or whatever you're drinking, yeah, it's crazy. The weekend was kind of spent cleaning up the neighborhood. There's a lot of stuff along the back alley. People are throwing away. People finding each other's roofs in their front yards. It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy. Deb's having some chai tea this morning. Good morning, Dan. All right. So, anyway, let's get started. I did talk to Nadia earlier, and of course, She's always up to par and has questions ready. So we're going to start out by answering some of hers. A couple are from both of us because we're both curious about them. Seems that people have a lot of questions about NPCs recently. So we're going to ask a specific question to see if maybe we're off balance of what we're thinking about NPCs. About, do they actually have souls, but just a piece of a soul? Is it about the tethering with the soul and whether the vaccinations are affecting that? Yes, I said the V word. I don't really give a shit. We're going to get into dreams. But Nadia asked, our original origin planets like Orion, and now Atlantis, whether you consider that a planet or not, but where you come from originally, your star, your galactic family, will those planets that were destroyed by the Nibu and the Dracos, will they, or are they being restored for you to return later? We do want to ask that. I thought that was a good question. But we're going to start out. She wants to know a question about her beautiful, sweet little baby, her great niece, Zia, and where she comes from. Because you talk about a little star seed. She's just the most precious little thing. I think she's 4, Nadia. Correct me if I'm wrong. She's just sweet. All right. So we're going to get into our questions. And we're going to start with Miss Zia. Okay, Brianna. I'm going to write down dreams if you've got one so I can get to you. You just going to have to keep reminding me. My mods will remind me as well. Basically, they'll yell at me. As far as Mr. Coffee Boy goes, I did put those links. It's on the actual YouTube channel. There's a link up in the corner. He has his own little bubble now. It's also in the description. I just put it wherever. You guys feel free to add it if you so choose. Go to it on your own if you so choose. If you just don't want to do anything with it and just ignore it altogether, do that too, because it don't matter. But anyway, it was requested that I do that, and that's what I did. All right. Good morning, everyone coming in. Good morning. Deb, are they winking at you? I think that's awesome. All right. Okie dokie. So we are going to start out by asking about little Miss Zia, who is Nadia's great niece. Where is she from? Because she's an obvious little star seed. She reminds me of a mini version of Nadia. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? That's okay, Brianna. Whether you draw it, write about it, journal it, and however you want to, that's okay. I'm not an artist either. People don't know. I mean, babies in my house can't tell that Mimi can't draw. She can't even draw stick figures. You be quiet. Just because you're an artist, my daughter's sitting in here. She's picking on me. I'm a whooper. I agree, Deb. She is a mini Nadia. So we're going to ask about Miss Zia and where she comes from. So now, if she's a little off-worlder from Orion, we'll get like the star card. I'll look for water cards if she's Atlantean too. Different ways that I will interpret it. Love you too, Victoria. You're just saying hi to everybody this morning. All right. So Miss Zia. Wow. Oh, yeah, she's not from here. Contract. She's here to release people. I ain't gone. Wow, she's a little warrior, that's for sure. She was strategically placed here. She agreed to do it because she has a contract. So, current situation. This card absolutely represents Zia. It's the Judgment card. She was called here to do what she is doing. That's a movement card. Some people can say that it's displacement. It's actually placement. It's where you need to go to do what your job is. So that's the Judgment card. Now, Temperance. She is here to bring balance to our world. Balance, to teach patience, to teach understanding, but balance is between the spiritual world and the 3D. She is balancing that out. I think it's absolutely beautiful. In the past, the Lover's card represents a contract. She agreed to do this. This is part of her soul contract. The current situation, don't panic, it's well aspected. The Devil card, she is here to release people from their bounds and chains. See, she will spiritually heal them from their boundaries. Just what Nadia does. So she is absolutely following Nadia and what she's doing. Her future, you can't get any better than this. That's the Sun card. She is here to bring her light and beauty into the world. She will brighten this world on a level that we don't even quite understand. So the Sun, little Miss Zia, wow. So Knight of Pentacles, she is here as a manifester. Pentacles represent earthly manifestation. Now that's a power go-getter knight. She's a warrior. She is here to manifest all of the things that she was contracted to do. And she knows how to do this because the Seven of Swords is in here, and that's the strategy card. She was placed here at a certain time for a certain reason to use her words, because swords are words and thoughts. So she will bring all this to fruition. So let's pull a confirmation, because we asked where she was from. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, she's definitely Atlantean. I don't get Orion or anything in this. This is one of my Atlantean cards, and that is the Ten of Cups, because that's a completion wish, beautiful earth. Everything about Gaia is absolutely gorgeous, and that's where at one point Atlantis was. So that's an Atlantean card. She's actually a part of our community and collective, because the Three of Pentacles, the manifestation of our collective, Zia is part of it. She's just the younger generation. And the Fool card, yeah, she absolutely is a go-getter. She'll just step off that cliff with complete faith and not have a care in the world. She's just going to go for it. This is about going with faith and understanding that she's in control. Let's check her base card. Well, that would make sense. The base card is the Faith card. Now, that is the Hierophant. That means she has such a spiritual gift of light that's why she's here. So I do have one Atlantean card. I do not get anything as far as any other off-worlder. But that could also mean you don't need to worry about it. The reason she's here is what you need to focus on. So she is here to bring balance in her spirituality. Little Miss Thing. So Nadia, I hope that helps. You're very welcome. Yep, it's Nadia Jr. basically. So now there's two of them. Uh-oh. But that's okay. Joe, you're funny. You think that'll work? You think Zia can teach her patience? Well, at least Zia is only 4, and we don't have to worry about her stealing anybody's husband, okay? Yeah, ruh-roh. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay, whatever. All right, so we asked about little Miss Zia. All right. Now, the next question Nadia and I talked about is, will our original origin planets, location, whatever you want to call them, light source, whatever, will our planets be restored, or are they currently being restored? Okay. Are we going to get a reset? Maybe eventually have the option of returning there. Okay. So that's what we're asking next. You think we should worry, Deb? Possibly. All right. She loves mermaids. Well, that would explain Atlantean, wouldn't it? All right. So, our original origins. That means Orion. We have learned that Atlantis would return. Tartaria would come back to the way it is. Even Mr. T said that in his speech the other day in a roundabout way. He said he wanted to get rid of our ugly buildings and go back to the beautiful buildings and build new cities. My gut tells me that's what he's talking about. Terry, I love your jokes. I love you, honey. Where are you from, Deb? The circus. Oh, did I say that out loud? Okay. All right. We'll take a look. Just remind me. I want to do your dream first. All right. So our planets, our original origin, if we're from off-worlder areas, are they being restored so we'll have the option to return there? That's what we're asking. All right. Wow. Looks like some will and some won't. I'll do confirmation in a minute. Let's do these first. Okay, this is us asking the question, 8 of Cups. That means leaving the past behind you and starting on a new path. That means, it was left behind for a reason. I know that we were attacked on many different realms, and they were destroyed for a reason. This is just us asking. Now, what goes along with that is the 3 of Swords. Now, this is the guy that stands there and looks out into his future, and we're just asking the question. That's what Spirit's picking up on, our curiosity. In the past, 8 of Swords, we were hoodwinked, we were tricked, we were told something that it didn't really happen. Our current situation is, this is the hearts and desire of the Queen of Wands. Now, she is the passionate go-getter that cares about her people. She is about getting things done and manifesting her heart and desire. What's in the best interest of the people? Well, it looks like your future is temperance, meaning you're going to have to be patient and find balance of whether you decide we want to go or not. Now, sitting beside it, no one wants to see these 2 cards together because it says just be quiet and wait. Being in limbo, not knowing, waiting. So we will have to balance ourselves out with an enlightenment. Both of these cards mean that. And you will have a decision to make. And some people need to understand that you will not return because the 10 of Swords is a surrender. It just depends on your contract. Now, let's pull confirmation. Okay. All right. So as a collective, you have the 3 of Cups. As a collective, you will be returned to your spiritual family. You will go back to your galactic family. Whether it's in the original place or not is the question. Knight of Cups. That means you are now warriors together in a different place. King of Wands absolutely says you're going to get what you want. It may not be where you want because you have a different purpose. So it's not saying yes, it's not saying no. It says you're going to have to wait because balances need to be made. That's beyond space and time for us, guys. So I know that's not exactly a clear-cut answer, but if Spirit doesn't want you to know, you're not going to know. It just says don't worry about it. You're with your people anyway. Okie dokie. You can't limbo? Do it on roller skates, Jay. I want to see it. All right. Just checking the phone. Make sure no one's yapping at me. All right. I mean that positively. All right. What did the elephant do when he hurt his toe? Uh-oh. I don't know, Joe. He called a tow truck. Oh. No. Joe, Gabrielle's sitting there going, no. Wow. I thought it was funny. All right. So Jay is trying to do the limbo. I still want to see it on roller skates. All right. So will our planets be restored? Basically, it just depends. You're going to have to be patient and wait. Just know that you're with your people, and that's what matters. Okay? So now, the next question, since a lot of people are curious about NPCs right now, we've been talking about, are they soulless people? And then I got to thinking about what we've been told. Now, I'm not here to argue about scripture, whether it's true, whether it's not true, what's missing, what's not missing. But I do remember them, we were told, the body can't live without the soul, but the soul can live without the body. Well, how do these NPCs walk around without some kind of a soul? Now, I've passed over enough times that I know that the soul sits within your heart chakra. It sits literally within your chest. And when you leave and pop out of your body, it just pops. It's like being punched in the chest, but it doesn't hurt. It just pops out. Now, that's a soul that's deeply embedded within you, and there's no long umbilical cord that's tethered away. So if you can picture your soul on a long umbilical tether, that to me sounds like you're just so disconnected. You're still connected so you can function in this meat sack, but spiritually you're still really disconnected. Does that make any sense whatsoever? It's just like you're on a really long umbilical cord. It's not embedded, if that makes sense. So let's just ask, are NPCs just on a longer tether? And that's why there's still a disconnect there. Does that make sense? Hi, Christine. How are you, honey? Stupid weather? Yeah, it's just crazy weather. All right. So let's just ask NPCs, because obviously ours are embedded into our chest. That's why when something bad happens, it hurts your heart. It hurts your gut. It hurts so bad. You can feel it because it makes your soul hurt. These people just walk around here like nothing bothers them, or they're extremely offended by everything. So it just makes you wonder. So we're going to ask, is an NPC just on a longer tether? What did the chicken do when it saw a bucket of fried chicken? It kicked the bucket. All right. Okay. Was it extra crispy? I'm just curious. I'm so sorry, Chris. Wind took your shutters off the back of your house. Well, at least it didn't take your house, honey. Let's look at the positive side. All right. Also deserve like any connection between the pineal gland and the spiritual cord. Yeah. Yeah, I think the more calcified your pineal gland is, the more disconnected you are. That's why they wanted fluoride and all the other poisons they put in our food. Okay, well, that's all I need to know. These cards are amazing. Definitely just a total. attached but extremely distant. That's why it's very hard for them to connect to anything. Excuse me. Okay. All right. I'm going to pick these two cards up together because they go together. The Two of Swords. That is always fear of the unknown. It could go either way. That means you're totally blindfolded and don't have a clue of what's going on in the world. Now, we do know that they don't know. They're literally walking around just like robots. Or they're so angry and so disconnected and bitter and offended, and this is just totally, they don't have a clue of what's really going on with Gaia. Okay. Now, in the past, yep, for decisions that were made with their contracts, is the Tower card. That's complete and utter chaos come crashing down, and they totally changed. I love the fact that I know it's supposed to be a lightning bolt, but to me, that's a long tether. That's how Spirit talks to me in these cards. It looks like a long cord. It's just really, really long. It's not embedded. You're just way out there. And that's in the past. They've been that way since the beginning. Now, with the vaccines and stuff, made it worse. Queen of Cups. Now, they have boundaries around them. You can't touch them, and they have no desire to be around you. The Queen and the monarchy of the Cup cards means setting boundaries all the way around. Now, she's a manifester, but she's so focused on her own world. It's almost, if you ever paid attention, NPCs tend to be very narcissistic. They've just set boundaries like nothing's ever my fault, it's your fault. It's a disconnect to the world. It's not reality. You just live beyond this. Now, interesting. Okay, the Knight of Wands is the guy that has just had enough, and there is no desire to be here. They don't have anything to look forward to. That means I'm tired, I'm beat up, I'm worn down, and there is no desire. With Wands, it's a fire and passion. It's a fire sign. That means I have no desire to be here. I'm done. I just sit down and say I quit, whatever. Don't really care. It's a disconnect. All right. Now, I know we get that, but ours is temporary. We go through phases and waves. They're just that way all the time. All right. This is what's beautiful. Three of Wands, we're looking out into the future. We want to know, is their ship coming in or is it already sailed? Their ship is already sailed. Now, this is a beautiful card I want you to pay attention to. The Empress card means that Mother Gaia, our creator mother, because it's the Empress card, still holds these tethered souls dear to their heart. I'm going to show you the picture, and I want you to tell me what you see. And hopefully the camera will focus. This is your mother creator, or if you don't feel that you have a mother creator, it's just your creator in general, but the Empress card represents that. What is she doing and what is she holding? Hopefully it'll focus. Give it a second. Can you see that? That's Mama holding the baby. She still loves you no matter what. She still cares. I'm still going to hold you close to me. Does that make sense? The Empress card is just a mama. She's very abundant, but she just cares about souls in general. When you were created, she's still going to hold you. Does that make sense? I love the pictures and how they talk. So that could be Mother Gaia because it's all about nature. Okay, the Empress is about that as well. A lot of times you'll see pictures with the Empress or the World card that represents a pregnant belly. This just happens to actually be holding a baby. So yes, the message and advice is still hold them dear to your heart, even though they aggravate the crap out of you, because they still are a part of the world. Okay, so advice to the collective. All right. We know they're baby pages, drippy drop. They're the ones that cannot handle truth, right? That's two of swords. Swords, they cannot handle it. They're too infant level. They can't handle it. I don't think they'll ever be able to handle it. Okay. Now, please remember with the Ace of Pentacles, everyone is still considered a gift. All right. They just don't get it yet. It's okay. Just remember the collective still needs to recognize them. Do you need to hover and baby them? No. Just remember we're all a gift and we all have purpose. Even if their purpose is here to aggravate the crap out of you. It makes us grow. Okay? Work together as a collective and remember that we manifest good things because the outcome with the Ace of Pentacles is a gift from the universe. Okay? All right. So that's about NPCs being a longer tether and umbilical cord, and it's not actually embedded. Wow, the base card is Temperance. Please be patient with these people. Bring spiritual balance as much as you can. That's their soul contract, guys. We don't hate. Don't ever hate anybody. You can get aggravated. And if you've got to cut ties, sometimes I look at NPCs in my life and I was the pruning shears, and I just snap the umbilical cord myself. Now that's an attachment that I have with them. How they're attached to spirit is none of my business. So I'm not the creator. Okay. So thank you, Spirit, for clarifying that. Put on a pot of sauce today. None left in the freezer. What's you making? Because we're coming over for dinner, Jay. Is wifey still baking? All right. Yeah, open your heart bigger. Easier said than done. If they have to be in your life, just be as patient as you can with that Temperance card. Just be patient as you can. No one said you had to buy into BS. Just do what you can, smile, and say, aren't you precious? And walk away. Don't waste your energy and don't let them bring you down. Okay? Yep, just open your heart. All right. Love, love, love. Yep, all souls matter. You are correct. What does a baseball team and a baker have in common? Oh, no. Oh, no, Joe. Jay, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Jay's patience is in the freezer. Yep, he has no patience for anybody anymore. He put it on ice. He's like, I'm not doing it anymore. They both need a good batter. Swing, batter, batter, batter. All righty. Dumpling. No. Listen. In the South, sauce. In the North, it's gravy. And I'm like, gravy is what you put on biscuits. What are you talking about? Isn't that funny? Our dialect is so much different based on where we come from. Why is Peter Pan always flying? Oh, gosh. Here we go. I'm sure you're going to tell us, Nadia. Gravy's for biscuits, right, Deb? Because he's in Neverland. Oh, my word. All right, Deb, I'm going to go back up to the beginning, and we're going to go over your dream. Deb, that's interesting. Gina Marie, and she awesome. She catches the craziest stuff with the matrix grid. I know. And it's so obvious it's in front of your face. All right. So Deb had a dream. She was at the dentist, and this guy was having a hard time with his crawling twins. Then switched to my functional medicine doctor's office, and Jen walked in with all y'all, and I hugged her. I was short with dark brown hair, which I am in a different timeline. Saw this couple with oct, octet, what do you call those? Octuplets? Little guys. They were 12 inches high with glasses. That's interesting. The hubby said, "Take one. Take one." That's what I do with mine. Take one. They're precious. Then you met two awake ladies in my area who had formed groups to help each other, and we exchanged information. Okay. All right. Well, let's just see what Spirit says about that dream. Hopefully, they'll give us as much detail as they can or want to. We shall see. All right. Let's see what Deb's dreaming about or smoking before she goes to sleep. All righty. What should a lawyer always wear to court? A good lawsuit. Joe, I love you. Octuplets. You. Can you imagine octuplets? Nope. Was you all or y'all? Well, down here you use part of all y'all. It's all y'all. You got to put them together. Dumpling. That's what the babies call it. Burschetti with a B. Burschetti. Everyone asks why the chicken crossed the road, but have you ever wondered why the rooster crossed the road? Because he wanted to prove he wasn't chicken. But okay, y'all making my head hurt. It's all y'all. That's right, Dumpling. That's where the hens went. That's right. All right, Deb. Let's find out about this dream. What can we find out? That's a lot of information, so we'll see what Spirit wants to tell us. Well, that's you. You always come up as that card. Well, Miss Deb. All right, Mom. Okay. I love it. Really? It says there's more to it, Deb, and you're going to have to go further into it. I'll pull confirmation in a minute, but this is interesting. You always come into your readings as the Queen of Pentacles because you are the manifester. You've always been that. So that's you. Knight of Wands. Okay, so you had a passion and desire, and this is moving forward with determination. Okay, so you're moving, you're on the move. It's an action card, so we're on the go. I want you to find this interesting of how Spirit uses these cards. Right beside of that Knight is a movement card as well. Judgment. You're being pulled away from this timeline. This is right above it into this. You're being pulled away to start a new path to go on a parallel timeline to see what's going on. I told you these cards are fascinating because that's how it sits. You're going up, and now you're going to go on a parallel timeline, okay? And you sit like this way. So this is your little journey. The Knight's over here, so on little journey. That's how they tell stories. Okay, apparently in that timeline, this has to do with the littles that you saw. In that timeline, you were possibly experiencing loss. This is disappointment and heartache. Maybe in that timeline, you didn't have children or you were having a hard time, and that's why you were being offered children. That's what I keep getting. because that timeline didn't allow you to have something. That's why they were offering you that. Wow. You were there with the full card. That just means taking a leap of faith. I don't know if you were quite sure that you wanted to go to this timeline or not, but you took a leap of faith and you went. Now, there's something about this, and I'll pull confirmation to see if they'll tell me, that you're not seeing. This is the guy that sits under the tree and he's so focused and he's daydreaming. He's not paying attention to what the universe is really trying to tell him. So try to focus a little more, maybe meditate on it. But let's see what the cards will tell us further. Okay, well, that's where we come in. The loss, that Five of Cups, is a loss and depression, because in that timeline, you're battling something really bad. That's that inner turmoil and conflict. You're really going through a lot. The reason you saw us come in, we are the collective, the Three of Pentacles. We were there. Why were we there? To fight on your behalf, to stand the ground for you. So that timeline was not pretty for you, and we showed up to make it better. Pain and suffering, which may be why it was represented by a dentist office. No one likes them. So the collective showed up to stand the ground for you and fight your battle. It looks like you suffered great loss in that timeline, and they were just saying, we're there. We're here to help. Okay. Yeah, your base card is Page of Swords. So baby pages, I think that you had a loss that maybe you couldn't have children, and you were being offered some. So it's a good thing. Let me tell you about my best friend. Jay's going to sing to us. Okay. So Deb, I'm with that particular timeline, those cards are beautiful, being pulled away, and we're going to go on a parallel timeline. That's beautiful. So that's what Spirit says. But yeah, we showed up as a collective there to help you stand your ground and fight the battles and that emotional upset that you were going through. So that's cool. Goes to show you that we do fight as a collective. All right. Brianna, you said you had a dream. What did you dream about? Let me go up and be reminded. I don't remember. Before I find it, you could probably retype it, but I don't want you to have to do that. Let me help if I click this button. Why can't I remember to click that button? It says all messages instead of just top chat, because that's why I don't see nothing in order. Victoria, your kitty came back home. Beautiful. We're manifesting that here for Mr. Avery. I've seen cats return after years. Okay, now it just disappeared. Brianna, you may have to retype it, honey. Because as soon as I clicked that button, it all went bye-bye. You had a dream. Just remind me what it was. Just give me the highlights. You are correct, Jay. In Georgia, y'all can be a verb, a noun, a pronoun, a preposition. Oh, it's all-purpose word. You are right. It's like flour. It's all-purpose. What, you don't like my jokes? Gosh, every party has a pooper, and today it's my daughter. Oh, you saw a baby that morphed. I'm going to think that you wanted to say morphed and not morphined into a woman. When she loves spell check or autocorrect. The baby had a wire around its mouth, and when I took it off, I'll wait. I'm not in a hurry. It said, let me out with a deep voice. Oh, a baby morphed. I think that may be your inner child spirit, or something about you and your spirit that wants to be released. And it was a grown woman. Well, yeah, because you are now with a Phoenician headdress. Interesting. Okay, well, let's take a look. I could be wrong. Don't trust me. They were captured as a baby. Joe, you tell her. Gabby, off the cliff. Joe's throwing you off the cliff. She goes, okay. She's not scared, Joe. You're going to have to up your game. Lots of baby dreams. Yeah. I know. All right. Nadia's got duct tape and plastic body bags. She's like me. She's like, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. Shay, that means she's doing her job, honey. She scares you. All right. Hannah, what is going on with this baby? It morphed into a woman. Right, it's morph, not morphine, right? So let me out. Phoenician headdress. Okay. All righty. Looks like you may have more to the story, too. Okay. Oh. This is a subconscious thing, Brian. Uh-huh. Wow. This is subconscious. This is part of you, honey. This is part of your spirit and soul. Lots of fear. But you're still doing the work to change it. So this is what you're dealing with, what you have been dealing with, even in the past. This has been going along. So you're watching the baby morph into a woman. This is something that you've carried, whether it's past life, as you've carried it when something happened to you as a child. It's still manifesting and brewing inside of you. So this is the Four of Cups. This is still the guy under the tree that they want you to focus more about the deeper message. So don't daydream about this. Pay attention to what the universe is trying to tell you, okay? Okay, you're manifesting cups. Now, this, I love how they split the message here. So this is in the past. These three cards straight up and down tell me exactly where you've been in the past, present, and future. But what you're working on in the meantime. Now, this is in the past. This is that Nine of Swords. That's the worry, the anxiety, the discomfort, not sleeping well. Something's bothering you. It could be a subconscious thing. Something's bothering you about the past. Here's your present. That's the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is being tired, beat up, I'm worn out, can't take it anymore. I took a seat. I ain't getting back up. Don't want to. Now, it's leading you to want to surrender. I quit. I give up. 10, meaning bring it to an end. We're not doing that. No, we're not. Now, you can bring your suffering to an end, and I'll show you in a minute, because this sits beside it, and that's the Death card. That means in the old ways of maybe the thought processes that you were having, something that has been buried deep inside of you, that you can do some meditation, emotional healing meditation, or forgiveness healing. Bring death to that and start slow to change to a new beginning. Now, you're already working on this because you have Wheel of Fortune. Your situation is going to change and flip upside down. How do I know this? Because you've put in the work and now you're waiting to see the manifestation of it. Okay. You are working on this. So these dreams are just inner subconscious thought process of what you've gone through and what your spirit and soul have gone through. So maybe a little bit more work with meditation and something that your subconscious is hanging on to. But it says that you're going to be okay. I'll pull more confirmation. Wow. Yeah. That's all I need to know. Beautiful. Yeah. You're going to be okay? Absolutely. That's a big Ace of Pentacles. That means you're manifesting a new gift, a new beginning from the universe. Start out fresh, new with the Page of Wands. And that's a new beginning. That's what the baby Page of Wands is. Starting a new path. Chariot. This is beautiful. Moving past it. And Chariot means overcoming adversity. So you're out. Your subconscious is just reminding you through dreams of what you've been through, but how you're going to overcome it. So keep working, and you've got plenty of support here. I know it's hard. I know it is. Just try to eliminate distractions at all costs. Know that we are helping you manifest that as we love on you, and you're going to be okay. Now, I love the base card. I looked it up. I picked it up and looked at it, and I went, ooh, that's your higher self. Here's a piece of advice. That's the Four of Coins, Four of Pentacles. That's the dude that's trying to hold on for dear life. Let it go. You're still trying to hold on to stuff. Let go of it. You can have your feet planted firmly of your foundation of your beliefs, but you need to learn to let go a little bit. You're still trying to hold on to it, and you're just torturing yourself. Don't. You've got a beautiful outcome. You just need to allow yourself permission to have it. Okay? It's that freaking ego. Well, give it to Joe. Let her throw it off the cliff. Joe, I'm going to install an incinerator up there at the top of the cliff so anybody can bring their ego and you incinerate it and then blow the ashes off the cliff. That's what we're going to start doing. Yep. Say, ego, step aside. I don't need you here. That's right. Joe, get rid of that thing. All right. Now, we've gone almost an hour. I'm not going to go real long. So I have a couple things I need to do. Yeah. I think we've all been there, Victoria. I think each and every one of us in our own form and our own level, we fight with our ego every day. And sometimes it gets the best of us, and we don't allow ourselves to move forward in our faith and our belief that we are capable of doing it. And so our subconscious comes back. Hi, Effer. Hello. And Effer's back. Let's see, Effer. There you go, Joe. But we have to allow ourselves to have a little mercy and grace for yourself. But when your subconscious starts coming to you in your dreams, they're trying to remind you in a loving little nudge, you need to work on these things. And it starts to affect your dream state and where you're going to work off-world. And just address it. Don't ignore it. And the fact that you brought it up here and we looked into it and Spirit confirms it, go forward, tell the ego to step aside, and basically I just tell it, shut the hell up. Doesn't always work, but just keep working. Always keep moving forward, and you'll get there. And we're here to support you. You've got this. Okay? Absolutely. Start meditating, prayer, whatever you call it in your own form. You don't have to have certain schedule, and it helps if you have a routine for some people. If you're OCD like that and like, I have to do it at this certain time. Some people are drawn to do it in the morning. Some people do it before they go to bed. Some people do both. If you're like me, my schedule doesn't allow me to just pick a time. I do it when I can do it. And have you ever tried to meditate when you got 3 little leeches wrapped around your ankles? Mimi! You just do what you can. Your creator knows your intention. Remember, everything's about intention. You're going to be fine. You can do it in 30 seconds, or you can take 30 minutes or 30 hours. It's whatever you need to do. Everyone's different. Don't let anybody pressure you. You've got to do it this certain time, this certain day, blah, 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 blah. It's up to you. You do you, boo. Right? There's no G right in here. PG. That's giving a little bit too much credit, isn't it, Nadia? Constant interruptions. Well, Brianna, ask your higher self, ask your creator and all of your, ascended masters and guardians to silence your area. Do as much as you can. Turn the phone off, turn electronics off. I know that doesn't always work. Clip the wires to the doorbell if you have to. You just tell them, I need help. I'm going to go out and I'm going to be, when you're ascended into a different realm, you can't hear any of that anyway. But I understand. Just be more diligent about asking everyone higher up to help you out with that. Don't try to do it all on yourself. That's your ego again. Take a bathroom break. There you go. Why not? Just don't take your phone with you, Nadia. Anyway. All right. You're welcome, Terry. I'm so glad. All right. All right. So, anyway, we've got an hour. The plan is to do Wednesday at 1 o'clock. And Wednesday wonders. That means I have no idea what we're going to do. We'll wonder about it when the time gets here. But if we will continue to do dreams, and because we're going to continue to dream. Anything else in a particular subject you want to focus on? But Tarot of Dreams deck seems to be coming in quite popular because of our crazy dreams. And if you guys are okay with the deck, I'll keep using it as long as Spirit says okay. Now, I do want to do your oracles. Like I said at the beginning of the show, guess what? We didn't get a lecture today. It's a miracle. Write it on the calendar, even though the calendar's wrong. You know what I mean. Make a mental note. So, it looks like we've been doing the work. We have been putting in the work that we need to do as far as prayer, meditation, changing our thought process, and this getting out of the three-dimensional thought. So we are discovering by going within. We've had that one. Going within ourselves and discovering who we truly are. It's helping us. What that does, it works with the expansion. We've had these for a while back. I don't know if we've had them all together, but they're beautiful. Going within helps with expansion. That means you're expanding your mind, your spirit, your soul, your light, your idea of who you are. Okay. And what happens, the results of that is you see miracles happen. Watch the light explode from that. That's truly a miracle. We're doing good, guys. We didn't get a lecture today. Yay, yes. No, that's not an ego thing. You can do that. I'd rather you pat yourself on the back every once in a while and say, yay, yes, than spit in the mirror, okay? Now, your angel abundance for today it's a little bit of a lecture. It says, do the work. Right. It's not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you're being divinely guided to take. Well, that kind of goes against, or goes with what we just talked about. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. Do the work. That means it's not going to fix itself. It's not going to be done by somebody else. You've got to do the work. That means you need to meditate. You need to do the cleansing. You need to do the forgiveness. People like Nadia and myself and Deb and Joe and all the people, light workers, we're all light workers and we all have abilities. We cannot do it for you. You've got to do the work. And guess what? Nobody gets it done overnight. It takes work. So Spirit wants you to know, to reemphasize, you have to do the work. You want to see those miracles happen, go within, expand yourself, and then the miracles will happen, but you got to do the work. So thank you, Spirit. All right? All righty. Did you guys hear the rumor about the butter? That's okay. I don't want to spread. Oh, gosh.
No, that one was good.
Well, if it's room temperature butter, it'll spread. It's come out of the refrigerator, it's going to rip the bread apart. Oh, I love it, Joe. Can I share that with everyone? I hope so, because I'm going to do it anyway. Joe has a new name for effer. I love it. Since we've established that effer is a fairy. I love the name. I vote. I second it. Since he lives in my house, I have final say. But she thinks we should rename effer Sprig. Sprig. What do you think, guys? Sprig. Little Sprig. You watch, I'll try to say that one night when I'm real tired, and Joe Biden comes out. I won't be able to say it. I'll call him Sprung or Sprug or something like that, but that's okay. The intention is what matters. Sounds like jazz. What? Yeah. Don't let Joe pat you on the back by the cliff, because she'll pat really hard. Yeah. Sprig. Okay. I like Sprig. So Sprig it is. Yep. All right, Joe. It's agreed on. Sprig. You watch, I'll slip up and call him Effer. Just because I am that way. I'm waiting. Lee's going to come home later and bring some super glue. I picked up my pen this morning to use it, and the amethyst popped off. But it's all right. Amethyst still works anyway. It's been cleansed. I did salt and sage. And it's not like they make them, they're not welded in there. They just use hot glue. So we're going to fix it. But anyway. Alrighty. That's today. Just thought we'd go over. I try not to push myself too much, guys, with the 3-hour shows, because I tend to pay for that a little bit. And there's stuff going on. I have to take down more ceiling tile that got wet. We still have extra, so it'll be okay. Frig. What? Frig and sprig when he gets in my face. Frig and sprig. I'll try not to cuss, I promise. No. Well, never mind. Why do I promise that? You know I'm not going to be able to quit doing that. All right. Made in China. Used to like effer. Something tells me that's still going to come out of our mouth. It's all right. I still like sprig. All right. So I hope you continue to dream and allow your subconscious and your soul and your spirit to keep talking to you. And if you don't remember them, you will when you're meant to and when spirit wants. Just meditate on that. Ask your creator. You have all the right to ask to remember. Just make sure that you know what you're getting into, because you may not want to remember, especially if you're still going into battle and things like that. Oh, where's Deb from? We said the circus. Are you not satisfied with that answer, Deb? All right, let's look real quick. What would be your circus act, Deb? What would it be? Curious. Y'all love on each other. I'm just doing Deb's question real quick of where she's from. I said the circus. She's not satisfied with that answer. So now if the fool card comes in here as a jester, I'm going to laugh and just leave it at circus. Frig sprig. An acrobat. Are you that flexible? I'd hurt myself. I'll be the elephant that barely stands on one foot and then get back down. That's about as much you're going to get out of me. Don't ask me to go around in a circle. I'll fall down. Deb's the woman riding on the white horse. Wow. Okay, Dumpling. I'll be the ringmaster. That's what I'll do. I got a big mouth. You guys know that. Well, Dumpling, you're correct. Uh, Deb, yours still keeps pushing back to Atlantis. It still keeps, but I'm going to show you why. All right. Ace of Wands, having the passion and desire to remember it, but it's also telling me, because this card kind of looks doomy and gloomy with the volcano and a creepy lizard. Draconians came in and ruined it. Well, what did they ruin? They ruined, Dumpling just said she'd be the woman on the white horse. Look at the card. That's an Atlantean card. It's the Chariot. She's the woman on the white horse. You guys called it, not me. But it's an Atlantean card because of the water. It's a water card and just the way the picture is. Every deck is different. I just have to remember what they are. Giving and receiving. And that's because you were there for humanitarian purpose to help people. And they took it all away. Now, in the past, you were the young, and at one point, this is picking on one of your lives there, because I believe you had multiple lifetimes. It's still pushing Atlantis, Deb. That you're more from a water aspect. I don't have Orion in here or anything like that. But in this lifetime, they're picking up you as the youngin'. Giving and receiving. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Contract. Now, your contract looks like you was the youngin' of the king, because look, the baby page is of the king. They're both swords. So a child of the king. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Five of Swords. You were taken when Atlantis fell down, because that's a thief card. You were stolen from Atlantis. Mm-hmm. Still getting... Oh. Ooh, you're going to return. Oh, you will be given an option, because your other world did come in here. It just did. It's You're going to have a choice. I don't know that you're going to choose to go back to Atlantis. You have another choice to make, because the thoughts of this were traumatic for you with the Eight of Swords. That means being trapped, imprisoned when you were taken. It's kind of traumatic for you. So Ace of Pentacles comes in, and a gift will be given to you. And all the cards before that, your whole reading was about Atlantis. And then the final card said you will have a choice, but your wish will be granted. And there's the Orion card. That's the star card. You will be given a choice of which one you want to go back to. So the Orion did come back in. It did come in here, because Orion's belt is in this. So Deb, you want to be at the beach? I would go with Atlantean. But you will, this is also about balance. It's finding balance. So it will you'll have options. But just remember, both will be restored, and you will have choices to make. I actually believe that we'll be able to bounce back and forth of where we want to go. The fact that we just, as a collective, will be able to travel to where we want to go. But where you're from, I have Atlantean, and then the final card was Orion. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that we'll have to absolutely be tethered to one or the other. I think we'll have when you're ascended like that, you have the ability to intergalactic travel and do whatever you want. Get in your little spaceship and do what you want, honey. Okie dokie. We have to get off our keister. Uh-oh. Somebody making us exercise? I don't want to. All right, Sister Orion. Yep. Just, Deb, if you go back to Orion, make sure that you don't go with Nadia. And if you do go, make sure you're not married. Okay, I'm just saying. Just saying. Just saying. You know, just fine. Didn't hear that from me. All right, guys. Deb, I'm glad that you like that. I think that you're going to have multiple options, and we shouldn't just sit and wonder, well, I'm just going to have to do that. No, I think you're going to be able to intertravel and do all kinds of things. But you did get two, Orion at one point and Atlantis in the other. Good for you. Take the security, Joe. You're going with Deb. Are you and Deb? Nadia, you want me to pull cards on that. And if it comes up that you stole her husband, I'm going to strangle you both. Oh my gosh. Last one. Nadia and Deb connected. Let me guess, you were sisters and Jez stole your husband, Deb. I see it now. So help me if the spirit says that. I quit. I'm throwing this deck across the room. She gives hubby's back. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's see. Nadia and Deb. My base card is Orion. Yeah. Okay, well, let's see. Oh. Oh, no. Don't do this. Please, other cards. Wow. Nadia, it was your job to help. Now, it's picking up on that life that we just did with Deb when she was little, because the King of Swords comes back in here. Remember, she was the baby Page of Swords, so it's picking up on that lifetime, being there towards the end when she was taken, meaning when it all came crashing down with the Tower card, it brought great change. So this is your position. You are another high-powered leader. Now, that's the King of Pentacles, of great faith, because that's the Hierophant, well aspected. Yeah, in the past, you were trying to get her out to help the other king. Because that's the Six of Swords. That's trying to move out of troubled waters. You were trying to rescue her. It didn't work. There's a lot of burden on your shoulders you were trying to do, because that's the Ten of Wands. That's complete burden and just being exhausted. You waited and you hoped that it would happen, but it didn't. With the Seven of Pentacles, that's putting in the work and just waiting to see what happened. But you tried. So Nadia was just a fellow, a friend of your father's. It looks like a fellow king. Wow. Because Nadia had a child of her own, a baby Page, the same age, like BFFs. And you were trying to change the situation with the Wheel of Fortune. I don't get that you were able to, though. Working together as the collective. Nope. Four of Cups. Nope. The focus was just wasn't strong enough. So, Nadia, you tried to rescue. Looks like your children were BFFs, and you were working together to get these kids back, and it didn't work. But you were there for Atlantis and Orion both. Because I have water cards in here too. Because remember, these are water cards, so Atlantis and Orion. So it's giving you both. So Orion is your base, and Atlantis also came in as well. So you were there for both, and it said that Deb was like a BFF to your child. So it picked up on both of them, just like Deb's. So, but it shows you with the collective card that we have been together as a collective many, many times, both in Orion, Atlantis, a lot of them, and both of them are showing up. That's cool. So, Xander, yeah, that's what I'm getting with that baby page. Yeah. So, if Deb was best friends with Xander, yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, because that's your Orion card, and that other one confirmed it. And do you know when I did pull cards on Xander, it was the same page. It was a different deck, but it was the same page. It was the same page. So yeah, that would have been Xander. Yeah. So that's confirmation. So she would have been best friends with Xander. And they both got taken, and you worked together with Deb's father to try to get them back and change it. And it didn't work, both on Orion and Atlantis. It's crazy how they blend them together. But when the same cards come into the same readings, it tells you, yep. But we're here together now. Just depends on what day it is. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm teasing. Those cards look like characters in the Game of Thrones. Do they? I've never really paid attention. Well, I guess they do, because they kind of look like dragons and stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. I can see that. Yep. I can see it. And modern technologies bring us together. You are absolutely right. So good. Yeah. Whew. Nadia's like, no husband stealing. No, doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. So you were the parent of Xander and a leader, and Deb was the child of. But y'all were. That shows you that you came together as leaders to try to save the next generation, but it didn't work. All right. You're so welcome. All right, guys. Almost an hour and a half. I got some stuff I've got to do around here. Hope y'all enjoyed. I will see you Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll do a little something. We'll continue. If you've got more dreams that happen, you want to talk about something else, whatever you want to. Don't matter to me. But you all have a blessed day. You're very welcome. Yeah. All right. You're very, very welcome. And so we say bye to Sprig as well. But y'all have a blessed day. Love and lights and all that fun stuff. If you need me, holler. I'm going to work on my schedule today. I have some readings coming up. Go meditate. Do your work. Put your work in. Remember your oracles. You're doing the right thing. But we have to remember and remind other people that you've got to do the work. We're here as support, but you've got to put the work in, okay? All right. I love you. Blessings, blessings. Oh, y'all. All right. Bye, guys. I'll talk to you later.